and welcome to Easily Distracted by Plants at the Horseheads Library. Today's video is going to be about this beautiful plant called a Hoya Carnosa. We originally got this plant from the West Elmira Library. They have a plant sitting in their children's department, and I took a clipping off of their plant and put it in some different pots, and this is what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we actually even had a 5th Hoya Carnosa plant, but I gave one of those plants to the Odessa Library, to Karen Thomas, who's the director there. So these all came from just a couple clippings from the West Elmira Library, and I'm very proud that they've gotten so big and luscious. So today I wanted to repot some of them, because if you look down here, see it does like to be root bound, but I feel like we should get it a bigger pot just so that maybe I can get some stakes into it, because this, look at this, isn't it so cute? So that is our plan for today, is you can watch a little bit of me repotting these plants. Okay, so we have these 4 plants here. This one needs a new pot. This one needs a new pot. This one looks pretty good. I think the pot might be a little too big for it, but it is starting to have some new growth, so I think I'm gonna leave it alone. The only thing I may do with this is I may look at the soil. It looks a little too damp, and so after soil gets damp for too long, I don't want the roots to rot. So this might just need to be looked at. And then this one is looking really great. The only thing I kind of want to do is be able to stake this up maybe somehow, and maybe train it to go a different way. So we're going to put away these 2 big ones right now and just focus on the 2 smaller ones. So I am gathering all my stuff right now. I got some potting mix from Lowe's. I got another type of potting mix from Lowe's. And then this perlite. Perlite's wonderful. You should probably use it in a lot of the things, any little plants that you use. It just helps to aerate the soil and just keep everything draining properly. So we have our dirt here. We're gonna pick a pot. So I am picking this pot for this little guy here. It's a little smaller than this bigger one. So it might be a little big, but I think it's gonna be fine. And then it will also give me room to do a stake for this one. And then I picked this pot for this. And again, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You always want to make sure the pot isn't too much bigger than what you are already using. And what's really cool about this pot, look. So see, look, it has this little spout. So that means you can just water it from the bottom instead of watering it from the top all the time. Very little cool. We'll see how wonderful that works. So we have our pots planned out. We know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our dirt around, and then I think I'll do a time-lapse video. So see you there. Okay, so you might wonder what I'm doing, but when you take something out of the pot, you kind of want to get a lot of the old dirt off first, and people get a little worried about this part, but you know, you can be pretty hard on leaves, so you can be pretty hard on roots too. So I've just taken out as much as the dirt that I can, and I think this one looks pretty good. This one's a little dried out, but it's fine. Everything looks really good. This one's a little wetter, so I'm trying to get more of the dirt out of it, but it's really, you're just trying to loosen this up so that the roots will then go search to make more roots. So you just want to get this loosened and as much of the old dirt as you can. And I mean, if you have to be a little rough on your plants, you can be a little rough on your plants. It's okay. They're fine with it. So that is what I've done now. So now I have these. They're ready to be put into another pot. So I now have kind of like when you cook and the mise en place, get all your stuff around first. So we have perlite, we have dirt, have another kind of dirt. This was the extra dirt from that stuff. So I just want to mix up a little batch of something. So perlite's great. It's kind of like salt. Just put it in there a little bit, however much. I don't know. That looks like a quarter of a cup. This is the potting soil I just bought today, and it's raining, so the potting soil is a little wet. So we'll just put a couple chunks in there, and then put some of this other kind in here, and just like a meatloaf, just mix it up, because that's how that works. Gardening, you will get your hands dirty unless you wear gloves, which is smart, but you know, it's fine. So I now mixed up what I had. I'll just see, looks like dirt with some perlite in it. And I see perlite, and that's a good amount, but you know, let's just go nuts and put some more in. So we'll get that in there. And mix it up again like a meatloaf. Okay, that looks good. I like it. So now we're just gonna use this dirt and we're gonna put it in. This one is the smaller Hoya. This is the bigger Hoya. Let's do the bigger Hoya first. I'm just gonna put a little layer of dirt in there first. Just for that. Just like, I always put too much in anyway, but like a little layer. Like a little layer. And then we're just gonna take our, whoop, we don't want that one to fall. Take our big Hoya plant like this. And let's see, let's shove her down right in there. I think maybe she needs a little bit higher because we want the top of the plant to be at the, right here. So, okay. That seems a little better. She's at the top and I have the roots kind of spread out a bit as I'm putting it in. So now as I just hold the plant, I'm gonna get some dirt in there, and I should probably put my tray down so that I can catch it. All right, a little shaky, little tap, that can move all the dirt into some of those crevices that we're looking for. I'm gonna hold the other side and get some more of that dirt in there. Okay. So just keep your plant, you know, straight as you can, or however you wanted it in there. And just make sure you fill it in really well. Ooh, that's what the tray is for. All right. Taps, just like when you're baking and you get the bubbles out of your cake. Kind of does the same thing for a plant. Kind of gets the dirt in all those little holes that it needs to go into. And I feel like we need more dirt under this leaf. Go. Get some taps and move it around. Okay. I think this looks good. So the roots are all aerated and expanded. It's got this nice new soil that has the perlite, so that will keep air going through the soil. And now we have a nice well-draining pot. We're doing great. This is all you have to really do for a plant. As long as you have a well-draining pot and you have good soil, you're gonna have success. So I did decide to look at these bigger Hoyas. I didn't give them a new pot. Actually, I gave this one a new pot. It was a little too big. This pot was a little too big. This one, it feels nicer. It seems like it looks nicer that way. And then this one, just wanted to take a good look at the roots. They seem to be doing okay. Gave them a little air in the soil, and we'll put these back in the west window for this little Hoya family to live and be happy. Let's put these away. We now have 2 repotted Hoya Carnosa plants. This one is now in a nice bigger pot, and this one is in a bigger pot. And I made this little wire trellis right here just to let it start trailing upwards, and then we'll just let this crazy guy go wherever it wants to. So this is our little video, first video of easily distracted by plants, and I hope you enjoy it. We will have more because I have many more plants to repot. I think the next installment will be our umbrella plant, which was another propagation from the Steele Memorial Library. So these plants just, they mean the most to me because this is where it all started. They all started from just a little clipping off of a plant, and we made more plants with them. So hope you enjoy. Come again. If you would like to learn more, check out one of our new gardening books here at the Horseheads Library.